Pennsylvania race out there, Bloomsburg. It was a 4-wheel Jamboree. It was a pretty good time, great show, lots of cool trucks out there. I wrecked in my last race. I ended up placing 3rd overall. We got a fair amount of damage. I had just put the bed sides on. Both bed sides are smoked. Fuel cell, we need a new one. The air cleaner that was on the Enderley hat, it's all mangled right up. So with that, I thought that maybe we had jostled some stuff around and potentially caused some engine troubles. Everything seems to be all right. Well, as good as it was. We were having some overheating issues. Nothing's changed in that department. We did have some expensive VP racing coolant that helped considerably during the races at PA. But ultimately, with a filled block, not much we can do. We're just waiting on that other engine, or one of the other engines, I guess. It don't matter which one we get back at this point. But we do have a fair amount of damage up front as well. I'm gonna have to cut the chassis apart and fix a lot of that stuff. We're gonna pull the cab off and cut the chassis right in front of the cab part of the cage. See if we can't see a little bit of the damage here. You can see that lower main tube is bent right in. I don't think any of the A-arms sustained any damage. I do have a knuckle here that took a fair bit of bending and abuse. But ultimately, I think we're just gonna lob that stuff off and rebuild it just as it was with some added structure. Obviously, there wasn't very many diagonal supports in there, which allowed it to cause the damage it has. So let's jump to some time lapse of pulling some stuff apart. Guys, so I'm gonna finish cutting this stuff off here. Basically all this stuff's drawn in my computer already, all in 3D and all that, so I have all of the geometry and brackets already ready to be cut out on the plasma table. So it won't go too slow going back together. All the thoughts are already put into place, so we know where everything's going. Obviously we have some other issues that we're gonna have to address. We'll probably beef up all of those, along with obviously adding quite a bit more structure in that area. I also have a pinion issue there. I don't know if it was easy enough to see on here or not, but that is all for now. Yeah, I guess the next video you'll see, it will be the rebuild of everything and probably some racing. All right guys, I got all the areas cleaned up from welds and tube that was there. I slugged, spliced, whatever you want to call the lowers. So all I got to do is cut new main rails for the lower, the control arm brackets, so on and so forth, which I'm fixing to fire up the plasma table and cut all the lower parts right now, and we'll see what we can make happen tonight. Probably should mention July 29th, Montmorency Fairgrounds. That's Midwest Race Series. Next race, that's 2 weeks away from right now. So obviously I got a boatload of work to do between here and there. I'll try to get video out prior to that. But remember, if you do nothing, nothing will happen. We'll see you on the next one.